Hello friends, in today's video we are going to see time complexity, examples and techniques. Okay, now let's start. Some common examples of time complexity are O of 1, O of log n, O of n, O of n log n, O of n square, O of n cube, O of 2 to the power n, O of n to the power, or O of n factorial. These are some examples of time complexity. Now, see one thing. We should be avoiding these kinds of program. Very dangerous. It will take lots of time. We will understand these in detail in coming videos, but for the time being, just understand this fact that we should be avoiding exponential and factorial time complexity programs. And what we need to find, that is what time complexity program we should be writing actually. These from some constant time to n log n. These are good programs. If you are able to solve any problem in these time complexities, then it is good. Okay, and this is some average, neither too good nor very bad. Now we are going to see example of, that is real life example of this time complexity problem. Okay, so O of 1. Suppose you are calculating simple interest, compound interest, greater of two numbers, smaller of two numbers, you are doing addition of two numbers. All these comes under a constant time program. Okay, now logarithmic, binary search. Binary search is a logarithmic program and it is heavily used in industry. Now let's see O of n. O of n, suppose you want to find max and mean in a unsorted array, then time taken will be O of n. Now let's see O of n log n. O of n log n, merge sort, randomized quick sort, heap sort. This comes under n log n. O of n square, bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort. All of these comes under O of n square. O of n cube, Floyd Warshall algo. This is a O of n cube, and here n is number of vertices. See, this is a graph problem, and what we find here, all pair shortest path. Okay, O of n cube, where n is the number of vertices in that particular graph. And we are going to study about this particular thing when we will study about graphs. Now exponential. You must have heard of this Tower of Hanoi problem, and this particular problem is an exponential one. And suppose you have been given a set and you are required to find number of subsets. Not number of subset, all the subsets of that set. O of n factorial, traveling salesman problem. This one is a very common example of O of n factorial. So these are some common examples of time complexity, and these are the examples of common program for that particular time complexity. Now what we are going to do, we are going to understand some good techniques to find the time complexity of a program. So first of all, if your program has a loop, then what will be the time complexity here? Time complexity here will be the product of number of iteration, that is size of your loop, times runtime of statements inside your for loop. Let's see this example. And one more thing, I will be using Python. For I in range n, print hello. So see, this for loop will run for n time, and this, see, what is the runtime here? This one is some constant O of 1, that is I am doing only one operation. So total runtime will be the product of these two, O of 1 into O of n. So it is order of n. Now see second example. Second example is nested loop. For I in range n, and inside it I have for j in range m, print, suppose I am printing I. So see, size of this for loop. Now first, what will the runtime here? Runtime will be the product of size of each loop. So as for the formula, what will the runtime? O of size of this loop, which is n, and size of this loop, that is m, that is n into m. Suppose this is also n, then O of n into n, so O of n square, quadratic program. Okay. Now one more thing, why is it so? See, suppose this particular for loop is running for I equal to 0. If outer for loop will run for I equal to 0, then this for loop will run m time. So for I equal to 0, inner for loop will run for m times. For I equal to 1 also, inner for loop will run for m times, and so on for I equal to n. So if we will sum it up, it will come to n into m. So O of n into m. Now let's see third type of program, that is consecutive statements. See, for I in range m, print I. For j in range n, print j. For k in range o, print k. So what will be the runtime here? If you are thinking that runtime is O of m into n into o, then you are absolutely wrong. See, this is not an example of nested for loop. Once this for loop will finish, this for loop will start, and when this for loop will finish, this one is going to start. So runtime will be the sum of these three, and you can also write it as some max of these three. Suppose m is the bigger one than O of m. Okay, so this is what will be the runtime for consecutive statements. Now let's see fourth thing. Suppose you have if else in your program, then what will be the runtime? Here runtime will be the max of runtime of if or else. It is very simple actually. For example, you can say I have a program like this: a is equal to m and b is equal to n. So if suppose I am write if a is equal to b, then for I in range m, print I, else for j in range and print j. So what will be the runtime here? Runtime will be the max of these two. I am given a very bad example here, but you will be getting the context here. That is what I am trying to explain. So either your if statement is going to execute or else is going to execute. So if f is going to execute, if either of these are going to execute, then what will be the runtime? Runtime will be the max of these. Okay. Now see the fifth one. Logarithmic. For I in range and print I, and what I will do after that? I is equal to I divided by 2. That is logarithmic decrement. I am dividing I by 2 in every iteration. So this is logarithmic example. Now sixth one. What if you have a recursion in your program? That is, you have written a recursive program. So if you have a recursive program, then you have three methods. One is substitution, then there is recursion, tree analysis, and most powerful one is Master's theorem. We are going to see each of these in detail in coming videos. Okay. So friends, this is all I have for this particular video, and if you have liked this video, then please like, share and subscribe, and in next video we are going to solve some real examples. Thank you for watching.